Well, good morning, gang. Been a little bit. My apologies. It's been a crazy few days. That last storm wreaked havoc on the old homestead. I got multiple big trees down, and of course, I live in the middle of the woods at 10.5 acres of woods. But one big one came down into the backyard, crushed my chain link fence, so I had to rebuild a lot of chain link fence to keep my puppies in. And yeah, it took a while, and then Miss Shelley's, here we go, Rob. Oh, Rob Hardy got me calling her Miss Shelley again. And Miss Shelley, the wife's adopted dad, Pat, passed away back in December. And trying to get that estate done, and because of the old virus and COVID 19, couldn't get the auction going. So couldn't have the estate auction to get everything out of there, so couldn't close the deal on the house, blah, blah, blah. So that finally came about last week also. So I had spent a couple days there and helping get ready for the auction on Friday and then the auction Saturday, and that's a 3 hour round trip drive. And I made the drive again yesterday, so 3 of the last 4 days I spent 3 hours a day just in drive time. But this is a little different today. I want to recap today. As most of you follow along, a lot of you are my old time, lifelong friends, and I'm hoping to add to the group of Trash Treasures. Follow us here on our YouTube channel. The cedar chest I did was a huge hit on Facebook, sold in like less than 20 minutes online, and I only threw it on my Facebook page. And Bert and Chrissy have it, and they love it, and bless their hearts. And he also took the naughty chair. So, and another project we got cooking for him, but we'll get to that shortly. But that, so many good comments, I guess, made me brave enough or gutsy enough or whatever. Mary Arquette, who got me into the chalk paint stuff just a couple of weeks ago. I'd never touched and or heard of chalk paint really, but invited me to this group called World of Chalk on Facebook, and it is literally people all over the world who are unbelievable artists and thinkers and creators, and their work is unbelievable. And I had so many hundreds of likes on my cedar chest, and just literally dozens of comments on how beautiful it was, great it was, and great work. And I was flabbergasted, to be quite honest. And my mother would be very proud, but as we all know, those of you who know me, my mother was an artist, and I wish I had her talent, bless her heart. But I think about her a lot doing this. But I am going to share or tag or whatever in the world of chalk today's video to one, to get some more followers, uh, but two, because there is so much knowledge, talent, input. They could add so much more to what I do, what you that follow me does. I mean, because I want this channel to be our channel. And yeah, it started out as fun with the COVID and what forth. I mean, we ended up here because I lost my job because of the virus. And, being an old man, I was trying to set this shop up for what I was going to do when I retired. And it's kind of grown in the last couple of months since we've been doing this stuff to beyond anything I would have actually imagined. But I think if we got some of those folks from the world of chalk involved, and their ideas, artistic abilities, creativity, I mean, just it's unreal, and would add so much more to us as a whole. And I love going there for their ideas and their work and their input and questions, and they're just good-hearted, help people out. Uh, just like we do on some of it, we learn from our mistakes. And sometimes I know we make things look easy, like Kevin said. She was going to restore trunks herself and got in a little over her head. So I think sometimes I do make things look easy. Trunks are what I'm known for, old steamer trunks and restoring them. But I've done so many, I've lost count on how many of these things I've done. And of course, we have some in the works. But with that being said, and because I'm inviting throwing this over on the world of chalk, although right now I am not in the middle of a chalk paint job. But a recap of the shop, what projects we got, what we do, where we're at, and so they can kind of get a basic idea of what Trash is Treasures is all about. And of course, we know Dave White here. I am the trash man. I am Trash is Treasures, where old things get a second chance, and old things like people get a second chance, let alone the old things I work on. Now, maybe not all of them old, but 99% of them are old, or at least to this old man. But I'm going to flip this screen on around here and give you a little tour. This is the trunk I've been working on. This is an old barrel top. You can see I've got some of the wire wheel work done on, it had that pressed metal design. This is what we started with, pretty rusty, and this is where we're trying to get to. Now, I don't want to, because this is bent wood. I do not try to take apart anything more than I have to, which makes it a little tougher to work and stuff, but it is. And how do we do that without tearing up all the wood with a wire wheel? Take a simple piece of flashing. It's pliable, it's metal, it's roofing flashing. You can buy aluminum, steel, whatever, whole roll of it, what, 15 feet for a few bucks. You bend your little lip on there, and then this, you can get that puppy right in under there. You just bend it right on over, and there you go. Wire wheel away, pull it back on out of there, move her on down, work her in underneath the piece of wood, work your way around. Little time consuming, little tedious, but you don't want to tear up the old wood. So that I'll be working on today. I said this top, I've got all the front and the back. You can see all the pressed metal design there is done. I've got this side done. I've got the other side to go. As we know, all the metal was bad in the body itself, so I had to remake all the steel except for, I think, 2 pieces. And there's our corners, sides. I did, because it was all chewed up. Remember here where it was all tore up here? We got them off without mangling them. We flipped them upside down. Of course, the trim board, you know, the side trim boards will go in here. The bottom, all the metal is in there. All new metal. I got to make all new bottom runners. And the bottom runners, and of course, this had the old time wheels, and so there's, whoopsie, tilted him right on out of there, didn't I? But yeah, just the wheels on the bottom of this trunk were still good. So I make those so they go in there. Once the boards are in, that's what holds them in. So we have those made for this trunk. On to Charlie, my buddy in New York, who brought this table. You can see, you remember how bad this was? We stripped it. We've been doing some sanding, and I've been doing some sanding. I'm really close to getting some stain on this. Good Lord willing, maybe that'll happen today. That would be pretty nice. So that's another project. At my father-in-law's auction, I ended up with a draft table because we kind of used it for the coffee table. It was supposed to be in the auction. Then the auction was over and we're tearing down. Oopsie, we forgot this. So now I have a collapsible drafting table. So I'll think of Pat, and I'll be thinking of Pat a lot because I picked up some more stuff. This is my shop for all you folks in the world of chalk. I mean, my regular followers have seen this transformation of this. I have a pellet stove in here in the winter time on low. It'll be 70, 72 degrees in here. My ventilation and whatnot, but it's a little messy at this time, but here's a cool little table on some old wheels and stuff. We're going to be chalk painting that. That is one project that is on our plate. Down in here, and I kind of transferred all my chalk paints and all my bigger stencils. all my little stencils, all my small ones are in there. Mary Arquette, who got me started into this stuff, now has loaned me her stencil maker, and I have to be getting with her on that so I can make some stencils. This side's what we call the staging area. I put this window in finally. Lori Nozell, you follow along. I bought this off of her on an online marketplace, old friend I used to work with. There's the woods out back. But I moved my drill press and my radial arm saw and stuff over here. My small table saw. That is Rob and Portisue Hendrickson's trunk on the left that's here to restore. The one here on the right, we're going to chalk paint a trunk, folks. I got a board and stuff to replace and fix there. And Robert and Chrissy Ferguson want that trunk, and he don't care what I do to it. He wants that trunk. So we're going to be chalk painting the trunk. And I picked up these two small end tables, side tables. We're going to be chalk painting those. I picked them up at the auction Saturday. I picked up the old galvanized chicken water up there. We're going to be chalk painting that up in the next couple of days. I picked up this whiskey barrel, and it's a big boy. And we're going to be making that into I'm going to find 3 more stools to match this. We're going to chalk paint them up, and we're going to make a patio table and chairs out of that. Got my other router table, my smaller router bitten table over there. Got my belt sander and my side disc sander and everything in here. My small air compressor in there. I picked up this at the auction Saturday. Big bit because I have a large variety of big router bits. These were my father-in-law, so I got those. And this was his router table, and it takes the big shank, so I got that. It'll be pretty cool to work with. And I also picked up this big table saw at the auction Saturday, and it's a monster. But in an online auction there at Merritt's, who also did the auction Saturday, I picked up 3 milk cans. One of them are going to be going to my buddy Terry back down there in Ohio. And 2 of them, we're going to be chalk painting those up. Here are some of my chalk paint signs for my chalk paint people out there that got some of this started. These were my first chalk paint signs, and I sold a ton of these. And I got a bunch of these in my antique booth and so forth. And the old sweet summertime too. But I did a slew of those, sold a slew of those, and that got us going on the chalk paint stuff. So we'll get on back over here. And my other good friends, old Dee and Chrissy down there, I've known Chrissy since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, sent me these up. These is pieces of a cedar chest that was Dee's grandmother's, I believe Chris told me. And yeah, they're busted up, and they are restoring the cedar chest, or did restore it, and it looks really beautiful. But the legs are toast, so they mailed these up to me, and I'm flattered. I'm basically commissioned to make a new set for them. So I need to make a set of 4 legs for them down there in Ohio. So bless their heart. Now, bear with me because I just want to kind of show off a tad here. A couple more things for my chalk paint people. I had after I know this little long morning chickens, there's the ladies. Good morning. We'll head on over here to the house, to the bigger garage. And, yeah, this is Trash's Treasures. I mean, that's my shop there. But I told you we're out in the woods. It's peaceful. But taking you up here because I have 2 more pieces up here I also picked up yesterday that we're going to be chalk painting. And of course, mind the pool pump noise, but check this out. I picked this up. She's a little beat up and she's old, but we're going to be doing her up. And I'm going to I had this mirror that I picked up a couple of months back. And it looks pretty cool in the middle, so I'm going to be putting it, and we're going to chalk paint that mirror up. And then I picked this up. Now it's a newer type dresser, really nice shape, really nice white paint on it. But we're going to stencil it up and do something with the knobs and stuff and give it some design work, and we're going to kind of make it pretty. Rob and Portisue, I know Portisue watches at lunchtime. That's their cedar chest that they won at the auction. I picked up for him. Nice little cedar chest. Rob told me he's after it, so yeah, nice guy. I didn't bid on it. But and we got this still the ugly trunk that's been done down here, still for sale. And of course Jay's trunk will be going to Toronto, Canada there when he gets down here in a few weeks. But I wanted to show you these two pieces of my World of Chalk friends out there can take note. And guess what we got under here? Yeah, we still have that gorgeous oak highboy that I completely restored. Yep, it's still here. I haven't sold it yet. It's a beaut too. I mean, all that ornate work on top and stuff. Maybe I should have chalk painted it. I probably would have sold it because I can do gorgeous stain work. Can't find a buyer. Whoop, out goes the lights, huh? But anyway, it's tried to catch everybody up, and that's a little bit about me, and a little bit about what we do. And we've been into the chalk paint world all of 3 weeks. So other than that, I got some work to do, and I'm going to get this loaded up and shared out there, and hopefully we get a few more people, and hopefully it's not against the World of Chalk's rules for me to attach this or whatnot on that group. But if it is, I guess they'll just boot it off or boot me out. I hope not, because I really like that. I really like the input and the people and the folks and that on there. So I think that's about all. I think I catches everybody up, but I got a lot of projects to do, so we got a lot of work to do, because I really, up until yesterday afternoon, hadn't got out here to work on anything since last Wednesday. And as we all know, I'm usually out here every day. So traditional, usual me. Peace out.